All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talking Business with Ritz, a live expert interview, the show that humanizes entrepreneurship. I am Ritzel, loredo-rectra, your social media content creator and digital process automation specialist. Today, we're supposed to have an expert guest who is in the intuitive, who is an intuitive business strategist, but unfortunately, I have received an email from her saying that they don't have any internet right now. So the show must go on. So what I'm gonna do for you today is to have the learn from the expert segment from our past episode from Miss Lainne Love Patterson. All right, let me just show her name right now. Okay, now let's get on with it right now. Let me just remove myself from the stage. All right, welcome back, amazing pam-bams, to the Learn from the Expert segment. And now that we've gotten to know Lainne Love Patterson a bit better, it's time to dive into our first subtopic. And let me show our subtopic right now, which is, here we go. Okay, comfortable risk taking, embrace the unknown. So get ready to explore how to step out of your comfort zone and embrace new challenges head on. So let's do this. Now, Lainne, how do you define comfortable risk taking and why is it essential for personal and professional growth?
Well, anything that feels uncomfortable is feels like a risk, right? So comfortable risk taking is really if it's not going to harm yourself or somebody else. Like to me, that's the line. Is your life in danger or is somebody else's life in danger? If not, then if it feels uncomfortable, like I had just said about I'm the yes person. I'm like, oh God, that sounds terrible. Like I'll do it. So understanding that as you're growing as a human and a person and a business person, there's going to be a lot of things that feel uncomfortable. So most of the time, I think that when we know that we have to do something, it's like, oh yeah, that's going to be terrible. Then I know that that's the next thing that I have to do. That's that comfortable risk taking. Like, oh no, I know I have to be more visible, so I'm going to have to get out there and speak. Oh, I hate speaking. That sounds so terrible. I don't want to do it. Then you know that that's the thing that you have to do. That's the comfortable risk taking. Or when you're seeking funding for something, like, am I going to take a loan for this? How am I going to get the funds that I need for this? All of this feels really uncomfortable. Well, getting uncomfortable with risk taking is definitely, it's an essential part of the journey. Okay. So then that's getting comfortable with the consequences. Mm-hmm. Can I make myself comfortable or accept the consequences of this choice? Like if I look for funding and it doesn't go through and now I have this debt, can I accept the consequence of that? Yes. Or can I accept the consequences of not getting the money and then never pursuing this idea? So that's how I like to do it. What's the consequence and which one am I more or the least uncomfortable with? Well, actually, I'm more uncomfortable with never doing it. I'd rather have all of the debt and know that I tried to not have any of the debt and to have never tried. So look at what the consequences of the comfortable/uncomfortable risk taking is.
All right, I take that as practical strategies or mindset shifts that individual can employ. All right, now next question would be: can you share a personal experience where you embrace the unknown and how it contributed to your growth and success?
All of it. I think like every step along the journey, not only in business but in life, is really unknown. You have an idea about like what it is that you want it to look like or how it is you want to be, but you go to school and you study the particular subject that you think that you're interested in, or maybe you don't go to school and you just go straight into business development and business building, but all of it is unknown. You have to dive into it. Again, it kind of bleeds into like my last answer is like, which one am I going to feel more? Which one am I going to regret? Am I going to regret not doing this, or am I going to regret doing it and then the consequences of that? So yeah, nothing. Even when you think if I do this, A plus B equals C, it never works out that way. And we can look at our lives and know that. But I was sure A plus B equals C. No, it's A plus B equals T or Z, or it's never A plus B equals C. So it never turns out. Sometimes it turns out even better than imagined. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's how what's the reaction, what we do after things that we plan really didn't happen, or didn't really happen as what we expect. So I think that's
exactly.
All right, so those were fantastic information, Lainne. Now, we've just scratched the surface of our discussion on mastering the risk with our amazing Lainne Love Patterson here. So now let's pivot to our next subtopic, which is keep growing and, never stop evolving. So, Lainne, what are some practical strategies entrepreneurs can use to maintain a growth mindset and continually evolve in their businesses?
Well, what's practical is that it probably never feels good and never feels easy, and you don't want to do it. And just accepting that is the reality, and pretty much everybody's feeling that every day. Like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do these things. But the reality is you get to, you're blessed to, you have to. So you have to do those things. And eventually, once you start doing them, it gets a little bit easier. But almost every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. The last thing I want to do is get out of bed. But once I do get out of bed and I start to do the things that I do, and that changes almost like on a daily basis, and start to put myself, like, you have to put yourself into the right mindset. And that takes effort. That takes practice. That takes a conscious choice to put yourself there. It gets easier and easier. The resistance becomes smaller, but I would say that there's almost no day that I don't have resistance.
Yeah, indeed. We have it all. Everybody have that.
Yes, everybody has it. So just understand that it's normal that you feel that pretty much every person is dealing with that. And your task, your challenge is to overcome that resistance every day. Some days it's going to be easier than others. And that's okay. That's what it is. So that's that practice of like self-mastery. It's a practice. It is a practice every day, every moment. It's going to look a little bit different. And so just keep trying for it. Keep reaching for it.
Indeed. And we better start as soon as possible.
Yes. Well, you start every moment. You start every moment. Like, right now, I don't feel like doing it. Great. Keep going. Or accept, you know what? I'm going to give myself 5 minutes and I'm just going to sit in this. Like, keep practicing what works for you.
All right. Now that makes sense, Lainne. Now, can you share a personal example of a time when you face a significant challenge or obstacle in your own entrepreneurial journey, and how you use it as an opportunity for growth?
Gosh, there are so many. I think I'll go back to, working with somebody, because there was so many things there. I've worked with several people, and I've had like full-time employees, I've had contract employees, I've had part-time employees. There was so many opportunities for me in there to really figure out many, many different lessons. So I had a lot of big challenges in discovering, one, there's the financial allocation that you have, and then there's expectations that go with that. And I certainly didn't feel like the amount of money that I was investing and having somebody support me, that I was getting the return on that. But that was for me to shift my mindset and really understand what that give and take was in that relationship, and how responsible I was for the results that my employee was doing, giving, or making, that I was 100% responsible for that. And that was probably one of the biggest challenges, for sure. There's definitely been a lot of like ups and downs throughout my business journey, like starting and stopping, and what does that take? You have to know that this is what you want to do, and you have to believe that no matter what, like, you just got to keep on going. I tell my son all the time, when he's having a challenge, like, how many times did it take Edison Like I think 1,000 tries, like, and it's the same thing for you in your business or whatever aspect of life that you're having a challenge with. If you're not there yet, it's because you're not there yet. There's that gap. There's those skills that you need to develop. There's that mindset that you need to change. And mindset is a big part of it. There are so many different factors involved in creating this, like a foundation for you to grow. Yeah.
That is so true. That is so true. You know, entrepreneurs are not like born entrepreneurs. We have a lot of things to learn. We learn by experiencing.
Yes. I think maybe you're born in your heart. So like you have this feeling, that like you have the spirit of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But yeah, you aren't necessarily born with all the skills, tools, talents, and abilities to be able to do that successfully. There's a lot of trial and error, and you have to keep getting up. Every time you get knocked down, you got to keep getting up, and you're going to get knocked down continuously, always. I don't think that ever changes. It's just your ability to be able to problem solve gets better.
Correct. That's inspiring, Lainne. In your opinion, what role does embracing change play in fostering personal and professional growth, especially in today's rapidly evolving business landscape?
What is it? The only thing constant is change. I mean, there's no other way to do life. Everything is always changing. And going back to what I just said about problem solving, you know, that's what gets better, is your ability to adapt and problem solve. You can't expect anything in your life, in any aspect of your life, to not change. I know as human beings, we get really comfortable and we think that we don't want things to change, but we do. You're either expanding or you're contracting. So expand.
Expand is better. As long as we keep on learning and we keep implementing, we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. All right. We have tremendous value bombs all throughout this episode. So as our viewers absorb this information, now let's explore the third topic, which is celebrating challenges and turning obstacles into opportunities. All right, Lainne, now we've discussed the importance of embracing challenges and opportunities for growth. Now, can you share a personal experience? So I'm always doing the personal experience, okay? So where you encountered a significant obstacle in your journey and how you were able to turn it into an opportunity.
Again, I'm like, oh God, so many. Which example do I use? Oh my goodness. You know, I think like building systems, for me, there's a lot of obstacles there, because that's definitely is not my language. But the opportunity there was to really understand, one, the importance of systems, and then what that looks like, but also the value that different people and different roles have in my business and in business and building it. You know, I've built, 5, 6 different websites. And the first one I built was, in code, like years ago, like 15 years ago, in code. And I was watching the YouTube video, like, okay, this is how I do it step by step. And that was definitely a big obstacle. But the opportunity there was that I learned so much. One, I learned like what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, what I like, what I don't like. But then again, the value, like, oh my God, this is how much time it actually takes to change a button, or to change a font, or to build this page out. Okay, when I am communicating in the future with a web developer, one, I have some background knowledge on what it takes, and I have a little bit of a familiarity with what it is that I'm asking the person to do, because I found that interesting along the entrepreneurial journey, is learning all of the different roles, because how can I ask somebody to do something if I don't even know what that thing is, if I don't even know the details of what that position does? So one, knowing what that job is, and so I know how to ask for what it is that I need, at least having a limited familiarity that I have an idea as to what that does. And then two, understanding what the value of that position is. So when you're talking about salary, when you're talking about time, and you're talking about expectations, it's so much clearer.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Now, in your work with entrepreneurs, I know you have clients as well. So what are some common misconceptions you've encountered about overcoming challenges, and how do you help your clients navigate through them?
That really just always boils down to mindset. Am I going to get stuck on this thing and complain about it, or just see as like, I'm never going to be able to do this, or this is always the problem? Great. That's feedback. That's all that challenges are, or obstacles are. It's just feedback. It's your opportunity. Going back to obstacle into opportunity. It's your opportunity to learn what's in the gap. So how do I overcome that? What's in the way? And that usually comes down to mindset, patterns, generational patterns, collective patterns, and being able to shift that, because what one person thinks is impossible, another person is living that on the day-to-day. That's their daily reality. And that just has to do, again, with mindset, beliefs, and patterns.
All right. Wow, that's mind blowing. So what a very insightful, interview we're having right now. We are having a very, very insightful interview. Yay. And because of that, we're gonna jump. Here we go. All right, now welcome back, fantastic fam-bams. Here's the recap from the previous segment. So in today's episode, we've managed to get a glimpse of Lainne's personal life and her lesson learned while she is starting in her journey as a spiritual psychology coach. So that is in the Know the Expert segment. And in the Learn from the Expert, Lainne actually emphasized the importance of stepping out of our comfort zones and leaning into uncertainty as the catalyst for growth. So by embracing uncertainty, we often, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and opportunities for personal and professional development. Now, she also highlighted the importance of never becoming complacent and always striving to evolve and improve. So Lainne's perspective encourages us to embrace change and pursue growth relentlessly. And she also emphasized the power of resilience and adaptability in, navigating life's obstacles. So Lainne encourages us to see them as opportunities for innovation and growth. So by adopting a positive mindset and growth mindset and embracing adversity, we can actually transform obstacle into stepping stones towards success. Imagine she managed to turn the frozen, what do you call that, into a fight. When she is experiencing fear. Imagine that. I didn't know it can be done. All right. Now, wow, so much takeaways in this live expert interview. And now let's continue with the work with the expert. So, Lainne, could you please tell our audience about the services you offer as a spiritual psychology coach and how they can take advantage of your expertise?
Well, I love when I work with somebody, I love to work with them one-on-one. So that's how I also like to work with my clients, is one-on-one. And it's so easy to reach me because I got so blessed that my website is my name, Lainne, LAINNE.com. And you can work with me one-on-one because I believe that is the greatest, the most expedited way to create change in your life, is to be able to work one-on-one with somebody and have something that is uniquely, specifically curated to what your particular challenges and journeys are.
All right, that's great. I think I missed something here. Sorry about that. Some glitches on my end, right? Yeah. Could you say it again? I will just try to edit
Absolutely.
it for your purpose. All right. Could you please tell us, our audience, about the services you offer as a spiritual psychology coach and how they can take advantage of your expertise?
Yes, I love working with people one-on-one, and I have amassed a pretty big skill set of different tools and modalities that I like to use along the way. And how and why I amassed that was really just figuring out for me what worked and didn't work, because I was trying to transmute and transform the challenges that I was having. So now I have this wonderful skill set and tools to pull from. My favorite thing to do is really just to get right down into it and start working on rewiring the subconscious programs, because really that's what it all comes down to. A lot of it's also within your energetic field, and there's also a lot of ancestral patterns, but that plays into the energetic field and the subconscious mind as well. So it's really, really fun, and it's so easy to get a hold of me. I got really blessed that my name is Lainne, and I have Lainne.com, LAINNE.com is my website. So you can book a free call, and we can figure out if I am the best person for you to work with. And if not, I also have a ton of amazing colleagues that I like to refer out, because the most important thing is that you get the support and the help that you need, so that you can live your best life and be living into your bigger mission and making a positive impact here on the planet.
All right. Now here's the social media. I believe. Here we go. In all social media, that will be Lainey. Oh, is it Lainey
Lainne
Love
Love.
or Lainey
Lainne Love
Love?
on social
All right.
media. So LinkedIn and Instagram and all of those beautiful things. Lainne Love or Lainey.
All right. Should we flash your email as well?
So easy. Lainey at Lainey.
Right. Here we go.
Yeah.
You can contact her, send her an email with your questions at Lainey@Lainey.com. Wow.
Yes.
Very easy to remember.
So easy. I'm really, really blessed.
All right. So thank you so much, Lainey, for sharing. Oh, where's your website? Here we go. Here's the website. Now, thank you very much again, Lainey, for sharing your wisdom and insights with us. And it's been an absolute pleasure. It's very difficult. All right. I hope you've enjoyed that. I made it very short. So that wraps up today's episode of Talking Business with Ritz. Very short today. To our viewers, thank you for tuning in. And remember, the key to growth is always continual learning and adaptation. So keep pushing your boundaries of what you can achieve. And coming up next in Talking Business with Ritz, we'll be talking about, here we go. We'll be talking about someone, all right, his story on building a six-figure business. So the title would be From Being an Immigrant to Building a Six-Figure Business. So this is going to be a very insightful episode around reputation management for small businesses. So mark your calendar on August 3 at 11 a.m. EST or 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain, and 10 a.m. Central. And if you are on my side of the world, that would be at 11 p.m. So DM me your questions to be included in the QA segment. All right, Pam Bam, thanks for watching and listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave your takeaways in the comment and hit that small bell, all right, to be notified for updates. All righty, until next time, stay motivated and keep thriving. This is Ritzel Loredo-rectra. Stay safe and healthy as we continue talking business with Ritz.